To begin, I'd like to clarify that I am not a professional, nor do I claim to have any insider knowledge. For this video, I will be using scientific articles, my own lived experience, and the research I have collected on both systemhood and soul bonding. Soul bonding, as defined by fictionkin.org, is a type of connection with an external entity, generally fictitious, who has a mutual attachment to or some kind of emotional stake in the well-being of the soul bonder who hosts them and vice versa. Supposedly, these entities originate from outside the body. They're taken in, sharing a mind with the soul bonder, as they are often called. The soul bonder is the main person, often referred to as the host. I will be using the word soul bonder exclusively, as host is another term taken from systems. Soul bonders are similar to mediums, or those who channel ghosts. Instead of spirits, the entity soul bonders gain access to is a fictional character. It is claimed that you can call on these fictitious characters, then share a brain with them. In fact, soul bonders believe these characters they call upon are real people from alternate dimensions. There are three main types of soul bond: permanent residents, day trippers, and internal telephones. Permanent residents are what you may assume, a person who permanently resides in your mind. A day tripper, on the other hand, can go back and forth from their reality to yours. Internal cell phones can speak to you, but they still reside in their reality at all times. Throughout all of these, it is seen as a method of communication between yourself and this character. But some who experience this complicated phenomenon claim that the character can take control of their body. These people may or may not label their experiences plurality. I've also seen claims that you can go to the character's mind. That is the reverse of the original phenomenon. I do not want to minimize or deny anyone's experience, but as per our opinions on shifting, I will say that this concept seems unrealistic and could likely be linked to psychosis or schizophrenia. Beyond the basics. These experiences are heavily similar to systemhood. I do not want to deny anyone's labels or religious ideals, but to deny the similarities would be idiotic. Not just idiotic, perhaps even harmful. For new systems, ones freshly coming to terms with their systemhood, this could likely cause heavy damage as they try and understand what they are struggling with. Minimizing these voices to a non-mental illness version of a well-documented mental illness could cause significant damage to someone attempting to come to terms with a disorder they may have. I say non-mental illness version because this label holds almost identical experience to DID and OSDD systems, especially ones with interjects. Misinformed systems could likely grab these terms and run with them, not understanding that what they are going through is not from another dimension, but childhood trauma. I also claim such an idea because I suspect many people cling to this term as an attempt to avoid admitting they themselves are DID or OSDD systems, which unfortunately, in the current online climate, and with how systems are treated online, is entirely understandable. I don't believe anyone would want to admit to having a mental illness, especially one so ostracized and dehumanized by the general public. It makes sense to choose to label yourself with a more acceptable term, instead of the one that could get you harassed, doxxed, or bullied off the internet. Soul bonding may be deemed less shameful or more of a safe term, when both should be treated with the same understanding and respect. When somebody says that they have a soul bond, people openly call them the name of the character they claim lives in their mind. There is no fake claiming and no shame to say you're bonded with a certain character. People simply believe each other. To be a soul bond, you do not have to post proof because it is a personal and religious experience. Systemhood, on the other hand, you need to post proof. Constant harassment will be thrown at you if you are public about having such a disorder. Your childhood will be pried into. Your personal life will be pulled to publicity. All around, the line between these two concepts, or at least the deciding factor in whether people choose to label themselves a soul bond or a system, is reputation. I will repeat that this is just my opinion, but understand me when I say this. Systemhood stems from trauma. With no cure beyond fusion, which takes years and for some may be fundamentally impossible, when offered these two terms side by side, which would sound better to a teenager attempting to accept themselves? It may be a generalization to say, and I understand that some may have truly distinct experiences that tell them which is taking place. But oftentimes I see these labels taken on by children or younger teens, who, from what I can tell, may be minors searching for answers to why their favorite character is speaking to them in their mind. I mean no disrespect to anyone's religious views when I say this, but here are some symptoms of dissociative identity disorder. If you experience these and use soul bonding as an explanation, I'd recommend looking into both concepts without judgment, with only an understanding of what you are experiencing, not of their reputations. Hearing voices. Feeling the presence of another person in your mind. Pseudo-memories, or memories of a past that you did not experience. Flashbacks. Headaches. Randomly showing up in different places. Shifting into acting like different people. Dissociation, i.e. feeling detached from the world around you and your surroundings. Not remembering your childhood or other important parts of your life. going by different names or names of characters you like, acting differently and having different wants, desires, and needs when you use these names. And lastly, a history of abuse in childhood. No, I will not debate you on discourse. We do not care. Go outside.
17 shots, no years. Wonder when she'll be mine. She walked past like prayers, rewind. See that as more.
To end off, though I will not invalidate soul bonding, I will recommend people questioning soul bonds do research into both DID and OSDD before coming to a conclusion. A mutual understanding could be infinitely helpful between both groups, not only allowing acceptance, but avoiding harmful happenstance from occurring with both systems and soul bonders.
Try